Hi, I'm Jackie Van Roller, creator of the Flow Method for Radiant Health and Beauty. The Flow Method is all about releasing the stress that we carry around in our body, the negative emotions and beliefs that we have about ourselves that block our path to abundance, to vibrant health, and to really being our authentic self. In today's video, we're going to be talking about low back pain and hip pain and how you can relieve that. So emotionally, low back pain has to do with this fear of not feeling supported financially. And so when that happens, when you have fear, that shows up in your body as this stiffness, because fear is a water element emotion. And so when you have fear, it makes your water run cold or turn to ice. And so you may wake up with a stiff, sore back. So a couple of points that you can use on your face to release that stress or that fear that you have of your finances are to come down your nose to the point where the bone kind of softens up and turns to cartilage. So it's right here. And this is a great point for relieving low back pain. It's also good for strengthening and purifying your blood and for just boosting your energy in general. Now, if you don't have a detector like I'm using here, you can just use a metal crochet hook. Just make sure that it has a blunt point. You don't want something too pointy, so you want it kind of a softer edge here because you're not trying to hurt yourself. But if you do have low back pain, you may feel like this spot is kind of stuck, or it might feel kind of floppy, or you might feel like a little zing, or as you're massaging it, you might feel like your low back pain starts to just fade away. Another area for low back pain is if you come up your forehead all the way to the top and right as you get to the middle and center of the forehead. This is a great point you can just massage in here. This point also has to do with the bladder. And if you think about when you're fearful or when you're in fear, your bladder tends to become, you just need to go to the bathroom more. So this is a great point for reducing fear in general in your body. And then the other point for low back pain is at the bottom of your ear. And so you're really feeling, when you're feeling these specific points, you want to take a deep breath, blow the air out of your mouth because that gives your body a sense of safety. You want to drop your energy from your head into your body. If you have to just wiggle your hips a little bit to do that, go ahead and do that. But that just allows your body to hold your energy, and your body allows you to use more of your intuition and to really feel where these points are tender, dense, zingy, or stuck. So for instance, if I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, is this right? I don't know if I'm doing this right. And you're not really feeling that point. Whereas if you're in your body, you can really get in there and you can use different pressure and you feel like, oh yeah, I feel the point like right here. And so you can massage that point, 4, 5, 6 times. You can even like just hold the detector on that point if that feels good. And you may start to feel that your low back pain starts to go away, or may feel that you have a little bit more movement in your low back after doing that. For the hips have a lot to do with stagnation. Again, it's that fear of not being able to move forward, or that fear of like knowing that there's something else you want to do in your life, but you just feel like stagnant or stuck. Again, that's that fear is making your body stiff and stagnant again. So the low back was right here. The hips are going to be this whole lower part of your nose. So again, you can work that low back point again. Again, really drop into your body and see if you're feeling any tenderness or stuckness in there. And then just work this whole side of the nose. So you're working this point over here. This is a good point for the kidneys, and the kidneys are the organ that holds the emotion of fear. So as you're stimulating the kidneys, you're giving yourself more energy. So you're allowing yourself to become unstuck. And you're also releasing that stuck feeling from your water running cold. Move to the other side, and you're just really feeling in there, and I'm finding like a tense spot right here, so I'm just going to hang out in that area for just a second. And then move all around here. Sure to get that tip of the nose. So it's really going to be like your coccyx, or the very tip of your spine right in here. And again, if you find a spot, you're just going to hang out in there for a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but a few seconds, like 10 to 20 seconds. Then you can come up to your forehead, and if we had our low back was here, the hips are just going to be right to the side of it. I don't have any low back or hip tension right now, so I'm really not feeling a whole lot in this area, but if I did feel, say I felt a spot here, I would just kind of work that spot, maybe do like 7 to 10 circles in the area. See if I felt some relief from that hip pain, and usually you will. And then you're going to move on because you don't want to overwork the points. I'm actually feeling a good point right here, and I'm just going to hold my detector on it. And I can do a couple more little circles. Then I'm going to move to the other areas, and the other hip area is going to be right where your jaw muscle is, this masseter muscle. And you can really work in there. This is the strongest muscle of your body for its size, and so you can use some good pressure in there if that feels good. Again, this should always feel good. It should never be painful. Although it can be tender, it should have that hurt so good feeling. The jaw muscle can also hold the emotion of anger. So as you're working this out, you can release some anger as well. Again, when you have the emotion of anger in your body, it really depletes your life force. Especially if it's repressed anger, it can really dim your passion and your joy for life. So you really want to release that. And some good ways to release anger would be to, you can put a chair like in front of you and just pretend like it's whoever you're angry at, and you can really like yell at them. Obviously they're not in the chair, nobody's around, but you can just really let out your emotions and say, I'm really angry about this, I'm angry about that, and just really let them have it. And that could just be a good way to get that anger out of your body. You know, and when you're feeling anger in your everyday life, really take notice of it and express it right away. You can tell, you know, the person that you're angry at that you're feeling angry. You don't have to blame them or, you know, say it's their fault, but you can just say, hey, I'm feeling angry about this right now. And as you express that, that gets that emotion out, and it keeps it from becoming trapped in your body. Anyway, I hope that this helped. If you do have low back or hip pain, you want to work these areas on a regular basis. You're going to end up retraining your body not to hold stress in these areas. And as you're doing that, your hip pain, your back pain will begin to go away. One of my clients was waking up with a stiff back every morning, and it was inhibiting her ability to run in the morning. She'd have to wait till the evening to run because she was waiting for her back stiffness to go away. And after doing this for just a couple of days, she noticed that she wasn't nearly as stiff in the morning, was able to go on her morning runs. And so that really improved her life in that way. So I hope that this helps as much for you. Please subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any new videos that come out. And I look forward to seeing you soon. If you know of somebody that could be affected by this video or would help with, who's having some low back pain or some hip pain, feel free to pass it along. Thanks so much.